Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a hair video, which I never do, but I absolutely love watching hair videos. It's been something I've been super interested in lately. So I thought I would make one doing a kind of demo and review of the Hot Tools all-in-one blow dry brush. What is this called? So this is the Black Gold Charcoal Infused One-Step Blowout. And this is from Hot Tools. I got the Hot Tools one. I've seen the Revlon One-Step Blowout all over the place. Everybody talks about how amazing it is. It is so much easier than using a round brush and a hair dryer. Just because you're only holding one tool in your hand, it's relatively light. You don't have to worry too much about getting your arms tired by holding the brush and the blow dryer. And it's super, super easy. So I really wanted to try it out. I wasn't a huge fan of the coloring of the Revlon one. I think it looks a little cheap with the pink and the black on it. Honestly, it doesn't really matter that much. It's a hair tool. You care what it does. But when I saw this one from Hot Tools, I knew I wanted this one, mostly because of the aesthetics. I love Hot Tools as a brand though. I use their curling irons. Like those are always my go-to for purchasing a curling iron. I have one of their other like heated brushes. So I got this as well. I just think their tools are really good, even though this one and the Revlon one are probably made in the exact same warehouse. Like that's literally probably the same thing. I know Bedhead also has one. It's like even worse looking. It's like a neon lime green with pink or something crazy like that, which was actually just on sale for the Ulta hair sale, like 50% off. So I mean, definitely keep your eye out for sales because they always go on sale everywhere. Get whichever one you want, but in general, anything that looks just like this, they're the same exact width, probably made in the same factory, all probably perform the same exact way. So just kind of, I would just recommend getting one if you're interested that's on sale. That is if you don't care about the color. If you do, I like this one the best. This one is $79.99. I got mine from Ulta. I actually forgot, but I got this during the 20% off sale at Ulta, so I actually only paid $63.99 for this. So definitely keep your eye out for sales. And essentially it doesn't say much besides it's so you can get a one-step blowout. You're supposed to be able to just use this, blow your hair out, and not have to worry about holding a round brush and a blow dryer, just because for some people it is pretty difficult to get the hang of. I've been doing that to my hair since high school, so I'm pretty good at blowing my hair out. But I thought this would be really interesting for days where you are just tired, you don't want to have to hold it up, you don't want to deal with it. So I think this would be a really great option for those days that I really just don't feel like it and I want something really easy, really quick, because I really do think that this does a great job. Now I've been using this for the past, I want to say 2 weeks or something, maybe 3. I've had this for a little bit now, and I can say I absolutely love it. That's why there's hair in it, because I have been using it. I'm like whipping it around all over the place, but I do love this a lot. I think it really does simplify things. If you want a nice blowout but you don't know how to kind of hold the brush, if you don't want to make your arms tired, or if that just seemed a little too complicated for you and you don't want to have to worry about getting both, this is a really, really awesome tool, and I think it's so worth the money. All right, you guys, so I start with my hair up. Every time I wash my hair, I put it up in this little twisty thing. I get them off of Amazon. And this just kind of holds it so that it can dry and I don't have to use like a big towel. So I'm gonna just take it down. I kind of just towel it off a little bit so it's not super damp. Next, I'm just gonna use a wet brush to brush through my hair. So now that my hair is combed through, I did pop a little bit of the Kenra blow dry spray in. I just use this all the time. This is the only product I use in my hair. I don't use like a leave-in conditioner or anything, just because I want to minimize the amount of product that I'm putting in my hair. I don't want it to be weighed down, especially because I don't wash my hair every day. I like to make it last as long as possible. So this is the only thing I put in my hair because it protects it against the heat, and it also makes the time it takes to dry shorter than if I didn't use this. So this is the only thing I use, and I don't go in immediately with this. You don't want to do this when your hair is dripping wet, just because you'll damage your hair a ton if you use that much heat on it, because it'll take longer. You want to either let it air dry until it's about like 80 or 90% dry, like almost dry. I don't want to wait, so I'm going to use my hair dryer just to like blow dry a little bit, but not like direct the heat with a round brush or anything like that. Okay guys, so this is what my hair looks like when it's just blow dried. You can see why I don't just blow dry my hair, I always blow it out. And I used to let it air dry. I don't really let it air dry anymore just because I take night showers and I don't like sleeping on wet hair just because it's more susceptible to breakage. But this is why I don't just blow dry my hair. It looks crazy. It's so fluffy, but it looks pretty dry when you look at it, but it is still damp. And that's really important. You wanna make sure that it's still a little damp. I always keep a little bit of water here too in case it gets a little too dry. I don't want to do this on dry hair, otherwise I'm just gonna keep damaging it. So I do keep a little bit of spray bottle there just to dampen my hair. Something to mention quickly before I turn this on, because it is pretty loud. I mean, some people say this is ridiculously loud, like it's super annoying, but this is what it sounds like. As compared to like a regular blow dryer. I don't think it's that loud. I mean, I feel like people over exaggerate a little bit with how loud this is. It's loud where I wouldn't leave it in the video like that, like while I'm doing it, but I mean, it's not that loud. It just sounds like a hairdryer to me. So I don't know why people say it's so loud. It's really not that loud, but anyway, I usually, when I do this, do it when I am straight out of the shower and I am not wearing any clothes, just because it does get very hot. That is one thing that I hear a lot about this particular product that I can totally attest to. It does get extremely hot. So I try to do this as quickly as possible, and I definitely don't usually wear makeup when I am blow drying my hair just because of how hot it gets. I will start to get a little sweaty, so just keep that in mind when you're using this. If you see me look down or look over that way, it's because those are the only two mirrors that I have and I have to see what I'm doing. So I'm just going to section out my hair and get started. So the first section I do is just the bottom part of my hair. As you can see, I don't try to be very precise about it. I'm just taking the top part and separating it from the bottom. Alright guys, this is what the first layer, I guess I can say, looks like. I don't know if you can see that well because I'm wearing a black shirt, but it is super, super shiny and smooth. There's no frizz to it at all. This really smooths it out super nice. And I keep doing that just because I want it to have a little bit of a twist at the end, but it's super, super nice. I always just make sure that the roots are really dry because you don't want the roots to be wet, obviously, because then they'll curl a little bit, which is why when I blow dry it, I really make sure that I'm getting down to my roots because that's what's going to make it not be super flat and sleek if you don't pay attention to that. So I like to keep the hair that I've done back, and then I will take down the next part, which is going to be like the sides, and I keep them to the sides just so I can separate hair that I've already dried and hair that is still damp. So again, not very pretty. I just do the side like this, the side over here. You could section them out with like a rat tail comb if you really want to, but again, I don't care that much. And then this part on the top that goes back, I put this up into a little bun again, and this one stays until the end. Alrighty guys, and the last part I do is the top of my head. Obviously it's the only piece that's left. And I also do this in two pieces. If you can see, I take this front part, like my bangs, and bring them forward. Oops. Just like that. You could just clip them to the side, or sometimes I even put them in my mouth because I'm kind of nasty, but I'm not gonna do that in this video. I'm just going to brush them up because they do get a little knotted. My hair knots super easily. I am actually gonna split this one. Now to finish my hair, I will always do one of two things. I will either use the Detox Dry Conditioner from Drybar. This is like a dry oil kind of, like it makes your hair really sleek and shiny looking without having to put an actual oil in your hair. So I feel like this is a little lighter and doesn't weigh my hair down as much. Or I'll use just an oil. This is the Main Club Voodoo Oil, and it's if your hair is frizzy. It's really good to tame frizz. I think today I want to use the Voodoo Oil, I think, just because it's the first day. Usually on the last couple of days, oh my god, I have hair in my mouth. Usually on the last couple of days, I'll use this just because it's lighter on like day 2, 3 hair, just because I don't want to weigh it down with any oils. But it honestly just depends on my mood. Sometimes I do that one, but I do like literally half of a pump just because, again, I don't want my hair super oily looking. And then to tame my little flyaways up here, just because I do have some hair breakage from not being so nice to my hair. I used to straighten my hair every single day. So I do have some breakage around my here where I do my part. So I'm gonna take some pomade. I use the Suavecita pomade. Is that what this is called? Yeah, just the Suavecita pomade on my hands, just like that. I just do that around it, just so there aren't any little flyaways. I go through it just because I don't want it to get hard. I want it to be really fluffy. And this is the final look. Stand up so you can see. It does kind of do a little bit of a flick at the end. It looks super, super shiny. Again, I feel like it's hard to see just because my hair is so dark, but it's super shiny, super sleek. It feels so nice to just run my hands through it, which is a huge problem. I do this like nonstop, but it makes it look so nice. I absolutely love the way that looks. I feel like if you have short hair, this isn't gonna give you really much of that swoop, kind of blown out curve, little curl at the end. I don't even know what to call that, but I feel like if you have really short hair, this isn't gonna do that at all. The one from Drybar, sorry, that's my dog. The one from Drybar, I'm just gonna wait till she stops. The one from Drybar is a little smaller in circumference. This one is like an oval and it's a little bigger. Like obviously it's like the size of my hand. Yeah, it's pretty much the size of my hand. Yeah, so it's pretty wide. So you're not gonna get really much of a curl to it, more of just like a sleek, straight look with just a little bit on the ends, which I don't mind at all. I like a sleek look to my hair. If you have extremely curly hair, they might not straighten that very well just because it's so big, you can't really get right up to the root. So you might have to go in after with like a straightener or something like that. I usually don't have to because it makes it straight enough where it doesn't bother me. But like I said, if you have extremely curly hair, you might have to go in with a straightener afterward just to get the parts here that are very small that are close to the roots. Overall though, I think this is a really amazing tool. You can get more volume than I have for sure. I just didn't really go out with it that much just because I wanted it to be a little bit more sleek. But if you are somebody who is looking for that kind of salon blowout without having to pay to go to the salon for the blowout and then have it just be wasted money just because a couple days later it kind of gets ruined and you have to wash your hair again. I think this is a really great option because you can do it so easily at home, especially now during the pandemic. I mean, places are open again, but I feel like a lot of us have found ways to be a little bit more self-sufficient, people doing their own nails, people doing their own hair, and this is one of those things I feel like you could get away with doing on your own, and you could have a really nice blowout every single time you wash your hair. So let me know what you guys think. Do you like the Hot Tools one? Do you have the Revlon one? Do you have the bedhead one? Which one do you prefer? Do you have a preference? Or do you like the good old traditional round brush with the blow dryer? Let me know down below, but that's it for today's video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.